Welcome back. Welcome back. We're going live again. All right, let me see what we got over here.
I say leadership.
Let me get some people on here. Bro.
If you find a girl.
Let me see. What's going on? We are live back on YouTube. If you want to learn how to monetize, if you got any questions, how to leverage podcasting, click the link below. Join me on YouTube right now. What's going on? We are live back on. All right, let me see. Pull the show. Yep, we are live, bro. Just like that. Let me put this over here. YouTube, if you want to learn how to monetize, if you got any questions, how to leverage podcasting, click the link below. Join me on YouTube right now. Going on, we are live back on YouTube. If you want to learn how to monetize, if you got any questions, how to leverage podcasting, click the link below. Join me on YouTube right now. Going on, we are live back on YouTube. If you want to learn how to monetize, if you got any questions, how to leverage podcasting, click the link below. Join me on YouTube right now. Going on, we are live back on. All right, boom. Million a day 3 times. You ain't lying, bro. All right, so let's go to community. No, can't go to community. I'm gonna send it to myself. Go over here. Bang. That's the problem when you got 2 phones, bro. You got 2 phones. Let's see. All right. Rich Rising. We are live on YouTube with Q&A. Pull up. All right, let's go get crazy. All right, y'all. What's going on? Good morning. We're live on YouTube. All right, we're gonna be doing a lot of different things as we are improving on streaming. You know what I'm saying? Streaming in the morning. So first thing first. Thanks, brother. Somebody just got a text. All right, cool. So let me see what we got going on. All right, so yesterday we talked about a couple different strategies. We talked about my Travis Scott strategy, part 1. We talked about the podcast to cash strategy. We talked about the VIP package strategy. What else did we talk about? We talked about we talked about monetizing by creating an experience. What else did we talk about? We talked about a lot of things last night. We did a late night live teaching how to monetize. So this morning, what I want to do is I want to pick up where I left off last night. last night. So this is from monetization. This is from random questions with your podcast. Whatever you got going on, um, you know what I'm saying? Let's just get busy. Let's get to it. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to it. Let me know what questions you got. Just drop your question in chat. Cynthia, what's up? Just drop your questions in the chat. Let me see. Um, hey, what's up, Mary? What's good? How are you? How you feeling? What's that leg looking like? You know what I'm saying? You standing on that joint? We missed you over the weekend. We did a live pod. We did a yacht mixer. What up? What up, D? What up, D? And we did the yacht mixer, the live podcast, and we did an all day workshop. Nicole pulled up. Nicole pulled up. Shit. Yeah. Got to, bro. Got to. I'm glad you're feeling better. Are you putting some weight on it? You walking around? You walking around? Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, let me know if you're going for the route. Listen, y'all, do me a favor. Share this live out with a couple of people. Share this live out with a couple of people. I want to give out as much free game as possible. If you know anyone who wants to learn how to monetize their pod, anyone who has been complaining about they don't know how to make money, this is the live stream for them. All right. This is a live stream for them. So you definitely want to make sure to share this out. All right. Last night we had 7 night owls up and we was going crazy with the information. All right. Cynthia says, haven't been here in a while, so a little out of the loop. Yeah, Cynthia. So basically, I'm gonna be live streaming daily on helping people make money and monetize from the podcast. And the stream is gonna evolve, right? So I have the ability to bring people on, you know what I'm saying, go through their problems. I got the whiteboard so we can do some whiteboard activity, really give people the solutions that they're looking for in real time as it relates to monetizing your podcast, and then, building your personal brand, things like that. So that's what we got going on today. Last night, what I did was, what did I do last night? Last night, I just stayed up late and I was breaking down some concepts. So I did the Travis Scott concept, right? To monetizing. I did a podcast to cash concept to monetizing. Um, we broke down level 1 to level 2 of VIP packages. That's pretty much what we got to. And then I just answered a hella questions. You know what I'm saying? So for you guys, what I would like to do is, excuse me, I want to encourage you to check out this wallet real quick. Okay. I want to encourage you guys to, I got a 5-day mentorship coming up, podcast to cash. Okay. Podcast to cash.live. All right. Podcast to cash.live. So I'm going to encourage you to join the 5-day live mentorship. All right. Boom. Put it right there. Bang. And then we're going to show. Yeah. So 5-day live mentorship. Head over to podcast.cash.live, podcast.cash.live, podcast.cash.live. Let's see. All right. So basically, you guys aren't asking nothing. You don't know what the hell's going on. So that's fine. I'll just get busy, right? So I'm gonna show you guys some concepts to teach you how to really get to the podcast. All right. So let me see. All right. So check this out, right? So this is the thing. Let me pull this up a little bit too. I bet. So this is the thing, right? When it comes to monetizing, right? Let's say, let's say that Mary's funny. So let's say that you want to maximize what you already have going on. Okay, so you already have a podcast. And you're like, well, how can I make money with what I have going on? Okay, I'm gonna let you know. You're probably not doing none of this. So this is, let's say this is the podcast right here, right? This is the podcast, right? So you have the front. So let's say this is the intro, right? This is the body, right? This is the outro, right here, right? So actually, let's get rid of this for a second and just put body right here. This is the body. All right. So generally, what happens is this. Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the podcast. I have an amazing guest today. My guest is John. John, welcome to the podcast. Let's get into it. That's it. Right. Yeah, Cynthia, I got you. That's it, right? Now, what happens is they're just gonna have a conversation in the body. And then they're gonna be like, all right, man, thanks a lot for checking out the podcast. Like, like, share, subscribe. That's it. That's what they're gonna do. Podcast over, next episode. Oh, excuse me. They're gonna be like, I ain't make no money. Well, you can't make no money because that's all you did. So I'm gonna show you the different opportunities that you have that you can monetize. So number one, right here, you can have a presented by. Okay. Welcome to the podcast. Today's episode is presented by Boom. So this is an opportunity right here, presented by. Okay. Now you can have what I would call, let's say, a front row ad. So a front row ad or a front row space is another area within the podcast that you can use to monetize. So it would create a break and then commercial insert or call to action or live read, right? Then you're gonna have a mid-roll ad. This is another space within the podcast that can be sold, that could be used for marketing, that a commercial could be placed in. Then you can have an end roll ad. Same thing here. That's another area that can be marketed, that can be used for a commercial, that can be sold. So that means there's money opportunity here, there's money opportunity here, there's money opportunity here, there's money opportunity here. And even here, you can have an end screen. Sometimes I don't even teach this stuff, right? End screen. There's money opportunity here, right? Now, during the actual podcast, you can have a call to action in the lower thirds. You have a call to action in the lower thirds. There could be money right here. You have a call to action right here. There could be money right here. So just on the visual of the podcast, what's up, Janice? Just on the visual of the podcast, there's so many different ways, areas where we can get money. So obviously, right, you can get money with the presented by. All right. Actually, let me change the color. I want it to pop. You can get money by the presented by. Okay, you can get money in the front row area. That's a space. You can get money in the mid row area. That's a space. You can get money in the end row area. That's a space. You can get money on the end screen. That's a space. You can get money in the lower thirds. You can get money, I guess this is the higher thirds. These are all different areas that you can get money potentially, right? So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's just 7 areas where you can get money. So where is the money coming from? That brings us to our next thing. So if these are all the areas that we can get money, where's the money coming from? Right? And now it's going to bring us into what the next thing I like, the next thing that I'm going to talk about that just makes sense. This is your local brand deals, right? This is a strategy that people don't use, okay? But you guys can use it. Now, before I get into that, let me know if you got any questions in the chat. Before I get into that, let me know if you got any questions in the chat. I want to give you guys some game. All right, so Cynthia says, I don't have a podcast yet. How do I get started? The LLC is great because the LLC you can use as a media business. Starting your podcast is not that difficult at all. Just depends on if you want to have virtual or in person. Virtual, I would suggest to get you going because it's not really a large barrier of entry, you know what I'm saying, for you to get started. She said it sounds like a commercial. That's funny. So y'all, do y'all have any questions on any of this that we covered so far? Let me know if you got any questions on that. Janice, you should send this stream to all your coaching prospects. Send this stream to all your coaching prospects. They should be on here. April, what's goody? Let me see. Yeah, let me know. Let me know. All right, really quick, let's recap. We're talking about what areas on the podcast can be monetized from a delivery standpoint, right? So we got a presented by. The podcast can be presented by. That's the area to make money. Front row ad. That's an ad break. You can put something there. Area to make money. Mid row ad. That's an ad break. Definitely an area to make money. End row ad. That's an ad break. An area to make money. End screens. An area to make money. Lower thirds and then the high thirds. Those are all areas to make money. All right. That's the recap. So, any questions before we move on to this local brand deal strategy? All right. Now, the local brand deal strategy is also let me see. The local brand deal strategy. The local brand deal strategy is something that anyone can use. Okay, anyone can use. If y'all got questions, just drop your questions in the chat. All right. So, local brand deal, the LBD. The LBD. All right. So, boom. What would qualify as a local brand deal? All right. So, what I want you guys to do, what I want you to think about is this. Okay. What I want you guys to do, and I want you guys to think about is this. Actually, give me a second. Let me share this link to some of my homies that just sent me a text. Give me 1 second. I want to make sure they can pop on if they want to. We live again. All right, boom. So do me a favor really quick. If you want to spend 5 days with me and learn how to monetize and leverage podcasting to get to the money, just go to podcasttocash.live, podcasttocash.live, podcasttocash.live. All right. Now, the local brand deal strategy. How are we going to access a brand deal locally? Well, this is the thing. For most people who have a pod who desire to get a brand deal, they probably won't qualify because of metrics. What are metrics, right? So these are the things that will stop you from qualifying for a brand deal from like a what's the word I'm looking for? From like a major aspect, right? A macro aspect, right? So let's talk about metrics, right? These are the things that people think matter to get a brand deal, right? And I don't want to say they don't matter, but they don't have to stop you. So that would be views, that would be subscribers, right? Right. That might be engagement, right? That might be downloads. That might be downloads, right? These are the things that most people think that are like a big deal. These are the things that most people think are like a big deal, okay? But they're not really a big deal. What matters is this, right? Now, when I say local brand deal, what matters is this, okay? Number one, where do you live? Right? Where do you live? You live in a town, you live in a city, what state you live in, where do you live? Okay. Number two, where do you shop or patronize? I think that's how you spell it. So what does this mean? Where do you shop? Where do you patronize? Okay. So that means this. Where are the places that you're going to spend your money consistently? Where are the places that you're going to spend your money consistently in your city, in your town, and in your state? In your city, in your town, and in your state. All right. Do me a favor, send this link out with anyone that you know that wants to make money in media, that wants to make money in podcasting. All right. Number three, okay, you got where do you live? Where do you shop and patronize? Okay. Next is where do you, that looks crazy. Where do you hang out? So where do you hang out? Where do you hang out? What does this mean? This means where do you hang out? Where do you live? Where do you spend money? Where do you hang out? Think about your habits on a day to day, a week to week, a month to month, just in your local vicinity. Who are the people that you know? Who are the owners of the places that you patronize? Who are the managers of the places that you hang out? What relationships have you developed over the years? Who knows your name? Who do you know? Right? These are all basis points, right? Or relationship fundamentals. So if I have a basis point in a relationship fundamental connection to the places that I patronize, the area in which I live, and the places in which I hang out, that means that I have a relationship. All right? A relationship is equals money. All right? So a relationship is going to equal money. This is where the money at. The money is in the relationships, okay? So I'll break it down. Now I have a podcast, okay? Now you go to the city where you live or the state where you live or the town that you live and you want to do an audit. What businesses are there? Right? What businesses are you using or that you're experiencing on a daily basis? Right? Where areas are you hanging out in? Make an audit, make a list. And then finally, where are you spending your money? Okay. Now you have this list, right? So I have a list of where I live at, right? Where I live, like the places that I hang out at, where I live at. I got places that I patronize or spend money, right? Boom, boom, right? And then I have places that I hang out at. Boom, 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 boom. Now, once you have your list, especially these areas, you want to start off where you want to start off where you have the strongest relationship. So if I have a strong relationship, let's say here, 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 and here, that's where I'm going first. I'm going to the owners, the managers, the supervisors at the places that I have the strongest relationship. And then I'm just going to say, hey, listen, boom, restaurant owner. You know, it's me, Brendan. I've been shopping here, spending money here, bringing my family here, going on dates here for the past 4 years. And I really love your restaurant. Just wanted to let you know I have a podcast and I would love to feature your restaurant in my podcast. I would love to have you in the podcast. I would love for you to sponsor the podcast. And then you just give them the options. Okay? You give them the options. What are the options? Well, these are the different options in which they can sponsor. And then or you can get a brand deal. You just put these in different packages. You have one package where it's just a regular sponsorship. You got two packages where it's a sponsorship plus interview, right? You can have another package where it's a sponsorship interview, but it might be for one episode. It might be for 4 episodes. It might be for 12 episodes. It might be for the whole season, right? And then you just put the money associated to each sponsor. Hey, listen, sponsor an episode. These are different areas: front row, mid row, in row, logo on screen, demo of product, whatever. Same thing with an interview. Same thing with like a package of shows: 3, 6, 12, 52, 24. Whatever makes sense for you. But this is a kicker. I'm going to show y'all the kicker. The kicker is this: when you have local brand deals, and you get one, right? And your pod is associated with the local brand deal, okay? So let's say you got the bagel shop, right? You got the bagel shop. The bagel shop has a logo in the pod. The bagel shop has a commercial in the pod. You could then go to the tire shop and say, hey, listen, I would love for you to be a sponsor of the podcast. And just to let you know, we already got XYZ Bagel Shop. They're already a sponsor. So now sponsor two can see the validity of you already working with businesses. So now you're going to leverage the brand deal that you got from number one to get number two. Then let's say you go over to number three. Let's say number three ends up being, let's say, a realtor in the area, right? Let's say number three ends up being a realtor in the area, right? And then the realtor most likely has been at that bagel shop, maybe been at the tire shop. You know what I'm saying? And it's a super easy conversation. Hey, Rebecca, the realtor, I would love for you to be a sponsor of the podcast. It actually comes with an interview as well. All right. And XYZ Bagels is actually sponsoring our pod. And then XYZ Tire Shop is also sponsored the pod. We would love to get you involved. She's more likely to also be your next sponsor, your next brand deal. Plus, she's probably got a tire replaced at the tire shop, and she's probably definitely been to the bagel shop. So she has a connection. So you want to start with the relationship, right? The relationships for local brand deals are extremely important. Start with with the relationships. All right. So let's take a quick little break. Let me know if you guys have any questions about any of those strategies so far, and let me know if you are following me. And then we're gonna talk about how they can stack, how the money can stack. Man, I need some coffee. Oh, excuse me. Whew. I need some coffee. Need some coffee. Yo, the live stream is fire, actually. I'm rocking with the live stream. Live stream is fire. Let me know what questions you guys have in the chat. Let me know what questions you guys have in the chat. I'm gonna show you guys how you can stack it. Get to that. Let's just call it. Let's call it 5K. Let's call it 5K. You should have your local coffee shop sponsor. See, there you go. See, Janice talking that shit, 100%. Actually, there was a coffee shop that I actually went to so many times, but they just closed. Where you had nah, it's cool. I'm actually about to dip literally after this. A a Costco run, so I'm gonna probably get some coffee on the way. But I appreciate you. Let's talk entertainment. What's popping? All right, what's popping? All right, y'all. I mean, I thought y'all would be a little bit more engaging. I'm gonna just get right to the bread. All right. I'm just get right to the bread real quick, and we're gonna get right to the money real quick. All right, cool. I'm good. How about you, man? I'm amazing. All right, cool. So let's recap. Let's recap. We talked about the areas in the podcast that we can monetize. Okay. The area in the oh damn, definitely need some coffee. All right, so the areas in the podcast that we can monetize. We talked about that. We talked about the local brand deals, right? How to attack them. What's important to get to the bag. We talked about the three breaks down: where you live, where you spend money, and where you hang out. We gave an example of where we could start at based off of your environment, your area, your city, right? So the bagel, the tire shop, and the realtor, it just represents what would be applicable to you and your city. That's all that is. All right. Now we're going to talk about how you can run up a bag with this strategy. All right. All right, bet. So let's say we want to get to 5K a month. We want to get to 5K a month, all right? So for us to get to 5K a month, we got to think about it. Well, okay, 5K a month, I can do one or two things. I can do 5 sponsors at 5K. We'll just call them deals for the sake of the illustration. So I can do 5 brand deals at 1,000. I can do 5 brand deals at 1,000. Okay. The next thing I can do I can do 10 brand deals at 500. I can do 10 brand deals at 500. Okay. I can do 5 brand deals at 1,000. I can do 10 at 500. Which one sounds easier? The 5 out of 1,000 sounds easier. However, you might just be getting started. You might not be ready to ask for 1,000. It just all depends. Either way you shake it, both of these can be packages. Okay? So if they are packages, what can we do here? If they're packages, that means it's more value. All right? So for instance, let's go back down to where we could monetize. Well, look at all the areas we have. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We actually have 7 areas. We have 7 areas to monetize. If it was $500 each, that would be $3,500. If it was $1,000 each, that would be $7,000. But some areas might be more valuable, or they might just do packages. Okay, so let's go back now. So if you think about your show and you think about your season, let's just do based off of a year. So if you're doing 52 episodes for a whole year and we're going to divide that into 4, you can do blocks of 13. So 13, 13, 13, 13. This could be 1 package, 2 package, right? 3 package, 4 package. So meaning they can get 1 package of 13. You have a second package of 26 shows. You can have a third package of 36 shows, right? No, 39, I'm bugging. 39 shows. And then you can have another package of 52. Boom. So now you have, well, you gotta rewatch the stream. I went over it, John, already. So now you can say, hey, maybe for 13 shows, I'm gonna give you guys a deal. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to feature on 13 shows for $1,000. That's a crazy deal, but it's good for you guys momentum. You can do this other one. You be like, yo, I got a 26 show package. I'm gonna do this one for, let's say, 2K. We just want to keep the numbers simple for you guys right now. Okay. I have a 39 show package. I'm gonna do this one for 3K. I got a 52 show package for the year. I'm gonna do this one for, let's just say, 5K, just for conversations. So if you sold one of these, that's 5,000 for you. Got a $5,000 sponsor for the year. Now you're giving away a lot of value for that 5K. However, it's good because it's strategy, and it's good because it's going to help you believe that you can get a brand deal. And it's good because why? It's good because now you have $5,000 that you can use for editing, $5,000 that you can use for production, $5,000 that you can use for the studio, $5,000 that you can use for mentorship, $5,000 that you can use to pay off a debt. You know what I'm saying? You have the money. You have the money now. Now, what did we talk about earlier? We talked about your slots. So let's say you had 1 sponsor for the year and they were in the front row ad position. For the whole year, they took front row ads. You took 5K. Now you got 6 slots. What if you got another sponsor presented by for the year? That's another 5K, right? Now you got the presented by sponsor and the front row ad sponsor. That's 10,000, right? It's 10,000. Now let's just say you were able to get more sponsors, but you wasn't able to get them for the year. You was only able to get them for a couple of months. You still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you got 1,000 each. That's $15,000. Now you got a 10K sponsor, which is basically about $1,000 a month, and they can pay you $1,000 a month. And you got 5 1K sponsorships. Now, when it comes to the local brand deals, we talked about the power is going to be in your basis points and then also your relationship fundamentals, which also equals the power of your relationship because you've been patronizing these places or spending time at these places, or you know the owners and the movers and the shakers and the managers, you know what I'm saying? You know all of these people for years. So, and you've been spending money. So it's nothing that should prevent you from having a conversation because you already have a relationship. Say, hey, Jim, um, Jim or Jim Bagels. Hey, listen, I've been getting bagels here for the past 5 years, 6 years. I love these bagels. I'm not sure if you were familiar, but I have a podcast, and I'd love to feature your bagels on pod. A couple different things that I could do, Jim, is I could do an interview here. I could shoot a commercial here, put that in the pod. Um, I can have a branded cup and a bagel. And, what I'm saying, I can always feature a bagel in the cup during the podcast. There's just so many things that you guys can do. All right. There's just so many things that you guys can do. Okay. No, 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 no. There's just so many things that you guys can do, right? Now, this is the thing. All you want to do now, all you want to do now is this. Stack. You just want to stack. And this is where the auditing takes place, okay? This is why you need an audit. When we talked about the auditing, we talked about where do you live, where do you patronize, where do you hang out? Where do you live, where do you patronize, and where do you hang out? We said, hey, I live in this area, but these are the spots I'll be hitting. These are the spots where I'm really spending the bag at. This spot I really hang out at. Well, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, it doesn't mean there's not other areas that you go to where you live, or there's not other areas where you spend money, or there's other areas that you hang out. These are just where you may have the strongest relationship. Because with the local brand deal, it's going to be based on your basis points and your relationship fundamentals, right? So basically, it's going to be based on your relationship capital, right? And we're going to leverage that to make money, to get your sponsorships. Okay. So if you guys have any questions, drop the questions in the chat. Live podcast was crazy so far. The live stream was crazy. Let me see. I just got sent a message to in the stream. Okay. Let me know in the chat. What questions y'all got? Let me see. I wish I could see y'all. It's a little different when it comes to this versus like Zoom. Zoom, I can see. I can call y'all out. You know what I'm saying? Janice, I don't know if you're still here, but digital products, it just depends, man. Right now, I'm focused on micro digital products. So I would say 17, 27, 37 doesn't matter. Like I just get the money, solve small problems with content, get paid out. That's how I look at it. So like last night I put up a couple of digital products. I did a VIP call for $97. I did a 4-step guide, which is $27, and I did mentorship tickets. Sheba, what up? What up? What up? All right, y'all. So, what last questions you guys have? I'm about to head out. I gotta run this errand real quick, and come down. Might go live again tonight. Well, we're definitely gonna go live again tonight. We gotta go crazy, but I might go live again tonight. I don't know why I said that. I might go live again today. Definitely going live again tonight. So y'all let me know. So I'll give you guys a couple of more minutes to ask a couple of questions if you might have any questions. In the meantime, hang out, man. We went over we went over what areas of your podcast can you monetize, right? From an actual deliverable standpoint, what areas of your podcast that you have right now that you can monetize, right? Then we talked about what is a local brand deal and how to acquire a local brand deal, which you can 100% acquire, which is different than you just getting a regular brand deal. Okay. Then we talked about how you can leverage your relationships to get that local brand deal because relationship capital. Then we talked about stacking and how you can get your first 5K. Okay. I gave you basic bottom um, value as far as pricing is concerned, and then I gave you an easy breakdown where it's almost like you're over delivering on value to make it extremely, like make it extremely like a no brainer for people to be a sponsor. You know what I'm saying? And this works very, very well with service based providers, right? Then we talk about stacking this to get to your monthly goal. So stuff like this is what I teach. Stuff like this is what I break down. This is why I'm the number one podcast monetization strategist coach on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And y'all can take that to the bank. I ain't gonna hold no punches. You already know what it is. So I have a 5-day mentorship I would like for you guys to tap into. Just head over to podcast podcast to cash. Head over to podcast to cash.live, grab a ticket, lock in, and then let's go crazy over the next 5 days, September 21st to the 25th. All right. I'm gonna see you guys later. I appreciate you guys. Let's get it. Let's go.